Mandalorain, Season 2, Episode 5, titled Chapter 13, The Jedi. Now, this episode is a big deal for a lot of people. Absolute big deal. And I'm going to talk about that big deal later, because there's a bunch of stuff to talk about in this episode. So, hold on. We're going to talk about that element a little bit later, okay? You can hold it? Okay. How do I like this episode? Oh, this episode's great. Oh, this episode's great. This episode is... Look, it's interesting because the entire season, this entire show, right, has kind of wrapped themselves into a Western. Like, this is a, a Clint Eastwood, Unforgiven, Good, Bad, the Ugly, John Wayne Western in space, basically. It's, Good, Bad, the Ugly, but with Star Wars elements, right? And you keep having that, right? Like in this kind of in this mold of it, and it has worked. It has absolutely worked. But this episode, they changed it in a way. In this episode, they changed it of making the Mandalorian the show with this episode of a samurai film, and it's. While watching the entire episode, you're like, oh, this is good. This is good. I mean, with certain elements that happen in it, you're like, this works. I mean, when the action hits, it 100% feels like a samurai film. I mean, the episode's about, entire town getting trapped, getting hostiles by this group. It's kind of like the corrupt king. It's like someone saying King Joffrey, you're an asshole, so we're going to try to fight you off the front, like initially kind of thing. And it just works absolutely well. I mean, and you have these little moments out through the episode between Mando and the child and all that stuff that is absolutely brilliant, and elements with with that is just, it's fantastic. It's a really good episode, and it's dealing with the element in the room, and it's a good element in the room, by the way, that it is the first live action appearance of Ahsoka Tano, and in this it's played by Susanna Dawson, who nails it, absolutely nails it. Oh, Susanna Dawson does a really good job. No shit, Sherlock. It's like, yeah, she does well with Ahsoka Tano. I get there might be some people disappointed that it's not the voice actress. I mean, Bo-Katan, they did that. Kate Sackhoff voiced Bo-Katan in like Rebels and Clone Wars, so I get that. But with Ahsoka Tano, this is a character for a lot of people is their favorite Star Wars character. They're like Luke, Han, Vader, Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, come on, Rey, Kylo Ren, Palpatine, Boba Fett, this is their favorite character, and so it's going to be quite interesting seeing the response. Like, I think they handled the character really well in, like, here's an introduction of her, get a sense who she is, like, at least personality-wise, and get the little name drops and the little bit of information that she gives us in the episode, and I won't lie, that feels a little bit of spin-off, like, stuff. Like, they're like, I hope we get to do a spin-off on this character, kind of, because there's a certain name that drops that you don't just say it and pretend to brush it off, But anyway, if you know who I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like they handled this character pretty well, handle what she is in the context of the story, the samurai aspects of it. I mean, there's a like a lightsaber. It's like if you have a lightsaber fighting a sword fight, right? And they act like two samurais, where it's like they connect and they back away, and you're like, okay, I'm digging this completely. But here's the thing, as I said, I'm curious how people who are fans of Ahsoka Tano, or at least aware of Ahsoka Tano, and then people who this is their first time ever meeting this character. Do they feel isolated? Do they like the character? Would they be interested of like a spin-off? Would they be interested in doing this? Would they, it'll be quite interesting to see how it goes. Because here's the thing, I was quite curious, like, how do you translate that look? I mean, Bo-Katan is just, Mandalorain armor, but I'm curious, like, can you translate her look? You can translate her look. And it is kind of special. It is kind of nice that the creator of the character, Dave Filoni, directed and wrote the episode, which and it is the best. Like, because this is like his third live action thing, because he directed 2 episodes of last season and this one episode. You can tell this guy's getting better. This guy's getting better in what works in animation, what doesn't. You can tell the type of in writing and directing. It's a really good episode, and I try not to hit spoilers here. I try not to, because there's a couple big drops there, and there's a couple references to her past. If all I will say is, if you don't know who Ahsoka Tano is, she was Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. That's all I will say. And if you want to see that journey, she's been in the characters being in Clone Wars and Rebels. From like episode 1 to it begins with Ahsoka Tano and it ends with Ahsoka Tano, that whole thing. So if you want to see that, that's there. But yeah, I just think it's different, but it's great, and it's nice to see a lightsaber. It's great to see a lightsaber. It's like, what's the first thing you think of Star Wars? A flippin' lightsaber. It's just perfect. But yeah, comment below what you think. Ahsoka Tano fans, were you happy what you got, or were you like, yeah, I want a little bit more of like, what the hell is this? Like, or like, this is awesome. Comment below. Tell me what you think.